Everything you said they already knew, more or less.
Well, here's something that you didn't know. 2 of those special atomic bombs haven't gone off.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just giving you another update here on the egg farm. This is the second cage that we built just a few days ago, and we moved our Rhode Island Red chicks into this one for now until we get our other building put up. So we have 46 of these, and we have 46 Buff Orpingtons. They were a few days younger, so they're not quite as big as these yet, even though some of these are varied in size. I think they actually put different aged chicks in with these as well. You can see this guy here, or this girl here, is pretty big compared to some of the other ones. So they're varying ages. We don't know how old they are, but they're getting big. So we just moved them out here today. And like I said, we're going to be putting them into actually this building here. This is a 12 by 24. We're going to section off half of that for these chicks here. And then we're going to section off the other half to raise baby quail in. And then we're going to be bringing the adult quail, or teenage quail, out here once they're about 3 to 4 weeks old. And this here again was the first batch that we had. They should already have started laying eggs. I think 2 or 3 days ago, they would have been 7 weeks old. So they're 7 weeks and, like I said, 1 or 2 days. So they should start laying eggs. I'm really hoping for in the next couple of days. In 1 more week, they'll be 8 weeks, and that's pretty much when they hit their sexual maturity. So I'll have to take the males out of here for sure. It's getting a lot easier to spot the differences, and I think I've showed you before with like this one here. Hopefully the camera focuses. There we go. Let's see if I can just have it run through the shot, like that one that just ran back there. Actually, those two are males. This one is a male. You can see by the brown on his chest. Of course, he doesn't want to show off his breasts. And then we have females here with the speckles. But yeah, hopefully very soon they will start having eggs. And then I'll have to take the males out of here, and they'll actually go on that side so they don't breed too much. As we say, they'll make the females back of the head. That's where they hold on to when they're doing their thing. And it'll actually make them balding. And they don't look as pretty, and I don't like that, so we're going to move those over. But they're very pretty birds. And then the second batch that we hatched out are these over here. and it's the one that I got a blonde one from. You can actually see her or him. I'm not really sure what sex that one is yet. It's kind of glowing in the sun, but she is a completely different color than the other ones. Let me see if I can actually get a hold of her or him. Catch you. Come here. Good girl. You can see she's really pretty. Let me see if I can get my camera straight here. Sorry. But yeah, she is a blonde color, and she doesn't have, well, that might be a boy actually, because he doesn't have any speckles on his chest. So I wish the camera would clear up here. I know, I'm sorry, I know you want to go. Okay, okay, calm down, calm down. There you go. All right, you're good. But yeah, she's a blonde color. He, I guess. But if he is a boy, then I'm going to use him definitely for breeding. See if I can get some more of those colors. They're really cool compared to the original brown that the Quatornics are. Inside the house, I have Texas A&M, which I'm going to show you here in a little bit. I'm actually out today collecting the eggs. And the way we do that is we have our 3 nest boxes. They're really a little bit dirty right now. It's about time for a cleanup. But we just check inside. Of course, there's a chickie in there, and she usually likes to peck us. There's no eggs up in the front. I'm not tricking you again with the finger thing, I promise. Yep, she was sitting on one, so we just push them down. We got Big Mama in here. I know she's a butthole. Yeah, you can see her opening her mouth. Come on, scoot back. And push them down. You sitting on any? Yep, he was sitting on one. So we just flip these open, and then do the same thing all the way down. And then some of the chickens don't really know how to use a nest box yet, so they just lay in the corner. And of course, they think they're getting fed again, so they're all over. No, don't bite me. Get out of here. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. You can actually see that chicken just pulled that egg back inside so it can lay on it. That's a good mommy. All right, let's get out of here. I need to get your eggs. Close this. Sorry for the noise. That way I get a little bit of freedom from them biting at my feet. So we'll come in here into the feed room. This is my little baby right here. She is special because there's something wrong with her foot. So that's my mama bird. I make sure she gets fed separately from everybody else, which I usually just do in a small little pan here. I bring her inside so she doesn't get bothered. I'm sweeping all this out in here. But these are the things we keep their feed in. We mix in corn, calcium, Manapro sometimes. We have 4 of those that we keep full most of the time. We do have to make a trip to get more feed here soon. That's what we're going to be doing. But as far as collecting the eggs, we use these kind of baskets here. When we first started doing this, I don't know if we still have the baskets. We used to have these tiny little red baskets because we didn't have as many chickens. No, we don't have any of them. But they were these real tiny little baskets. We got like, I don't know, 1 or 2 dozen a day, but like I said, we didn't have quite as many chickens. All these here are the last batch we bought. They are star sex links, which means that they are bred specifically so that the male and female are very distinguishable. Most times you can tell by the comb on their head, but with these guys, the males are actually a total different color. I think they're more completely brown. They're still pretty, but it makes it a lot easier to tell what is what. So we'll go ahead and collect all these up here. So we got 3, 6, I like to keep a count of them, so I know how many per day we're getting, of course. And if there's any change, like if we get a certain number. Sorry about that pause there. My phone actually ran out of storage room. But as I was saying, we keep a track of how many eggs we get. And then if we notice, okay, we're getting this many eggs per day this week, and then all of a sudden the number drops, then we know they're either not getting enough sun during the day, which means that we're not letting them out soon enough, even though we let them out pretty early in the morning. I have been leaving these lights on at night a little bit longer, so they still have sunlight and think it's still daytime, which doesn't really mess with their sleep schedule because they're still getting 12 hours of light that way. Or it could be there's not enough calcium in their feed, so we'll give them a little bit more just plain calcium out in the yard. Or it could be that they're not getting enough food, which we usually feed ours quite a bit, but some of the younger chickens are a little bit healthier, a little bit faster. Not that the older ones are unhealthy, it's just they can't move as quick as they used to. So the younger ones kind of beat them to it. So that's why I was saying with Mama Bird down there, I kind of feed her separately, and then I try to feed outside so that the young ones, as soon as they run out the door, they can get to the feed, and the slower ones, I'll start throwing food back towards them. But the greatest thing that we've actually got involved with recently is a local farmers market. It's called Easy Street Farmers Market. They are awesome people. Their shop is really nice and clean, and they have really great prices on their vegetables. But they have started giving us scraps that they can't sell, or maybe a day past due or something. So they're still edible, it's just not really sell worthy. So they load us up with a few buckets of those every other day, which is helping out a lot. So the chickens are getting a whole bunch of fresh fruits and veggies, and they're loving that. So their egg production has actually went up quite a bit doing it that way. So that's pretty awesome. So I'm glad that we found them and that we're actually working with them now. But the next thing I'm going to do is take you guys inside so you can see our baby Texas A&M quail. They were produced at the Texas University. I guess they were Japanese Cotornics, which is the ones that we have outside, and bowtie quail. So when we go in there, you'll see that some of them have little black spots on their head. So that means their feathers will either, will either stick up, or at least it'll just be darker in that area. But right now they're all blonde, so they're really cute. And we actually just ordered 90 more and a new incubator, a bensound incubator, which if you're ever going to raise any kind of poultry or do any kind of incubation with eggs, bensound is definitely the best option. They are a little pricey, but they are the #1 brand for incubating eggs. They're out of the UK, but we got ours off Amazon, and that should be here tomorrow, and then our eggs should be here Tuesday or Wednesday. So as soon as we get those, I'll actually do another video showing you how we start the incubation process. But yeah, we're going to go inside and I will show you the new babies. We'll be back shortly. Alrighty, we are back inside now, and these are the 5-day-old Texas A&M quail. They are the, it's kind of, I think it was a Cotornics and bowtie mix. You can see some of them have little black spots on top of their heads. So this one's really noisy. If I can get it to focus. There we go. They're all eating now. I just changed their litter or their pee pad. I do that every day. With this many, I believe we have 30. So they do make quite a bit of a mess. I am going to have to build them a custom feeder again. I just use this one for the first couple days. They end up wasting a lot of food because what they do is they'll peck in there and throw some of it on the ground, and whatever lands on the ground they don't really eat, and then they just step on it and poop in it, and then it just gets wasted. So that is one problem with raising quail, is that they are very wasteful, especially in the beginning. Hi, you want to talk to the people? I see you want to, huh? So yeah, we'll just take a Tupperware like shoebox, cut some like 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch holes in it, about 1 inch from the bottom. That way the food sits on the bottom, they can stick their heads in there, grab all the food. Even though they'll shake it around, they really won't waste anything like this one, how it's all open. They're very noisy. Are you sleepy? Some of them really have really dominant, I don't know why this camera doesn't focus well, very dominant black spots like this one here. And the other ones is very light to faint, and then some of them don't have any at all. But in about 2 weeks, they will go outside in the divided part of the pen, or I might move the babies over, the second babies over to the other side of that divided pen, and then put these in the cage that they are in now. But we'll have to wait and see. And like I said, we ordered some more, so we should get those in the next couple days, and then we're going to be hatching those out. It takes about 15-16 days for them to hatch, so about by the time these are ready to go outside, the other ones will have been incubated and start to hatch, and then they'll move in here, and we'll repeat that process until we have a few hundred of these. We did order more of this kind, the Texas A&M, because they do get bigger than the Catornics. These guys here, or girls, will get a little over a pound, where the Catornics stay little like you've seen out there, maybe anywhere from 5 to 7 ounces, where these guys will get 16 ounces and up. So they get pretty big, and there was a big size difference with the eggs compared to the Catornics as well. It wasn't as noticeable as like a chicken egg and a quail egg together, but only having bred Catornics before, seeing the eggs, it was quite a big difference. But these are the babies for now. I'm going to put their heater back in here for them, and they're going to be going to sleep here in a little bit. Those are my babies. Alrighty, I will update you guys here in the next couple days when some more stuff happens, when these guys get a little bit bigger, and we'll go from there. Have a good one. Alrighty guys, I am back again actually. We just received our Brinsia incubator in the mail. This is the old one that we used. Worked really well. Has temperature control, humidity, all that. It actually has a separate turner on it to turn the eggs. The way it works here is it has heating coils up there at the top, and then a fan there to circulate the air, and the eggs all sit on that tray, and they're able to turn back and forth, and water goes down in the bottom. But the new one that we got is also another Brinsia, and it is this one here, the Ovation 56EX. This one is very nice. It has obviously temperature control. It has humidity control, where you can hook a hose up to it and it will control the humidity by itself. When we got it, it comes with the standard rollers for chicken eggs. That's what it normally comes with. And they just sit in these racks here. And then there's a gear on that top piece that I'll show you when I bring it down that moves these back and forth. But what we went ahead and did was, since we're doing a lot more quail, is we ordered these here, which have dividers in the middle. So you're able to actually get more quail eggs. I think you can do up to 96 this way. Also here on the bottom, there is a graded floor. So when the chicks are born, they have something to grip onto. They're not just sliding around, which causes spread leg and deformities. You have 2 water reservoirs here. This one you keep full, and then this is the one where the humidity control will actually drip down into, and this block here is made out of cotton, and it will release water into the air as it warms up. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in. And these are, like I said, the quail trays. Not sure how many you can get in there. It's supposed to be 5, I believe. Also comes with a care guide for your chicks, one of their pamphlets with all the other stuff that they sell, the instruction manual, and then kind of what I was showing you there with, it usually comes with those that have just chicken eggs, but we also bought these that can hold the quail eggs, so you can do them on both sides, which is really nice. So let's see if we can get this set up here correctly. I'll put the lid on and show you what it's like closed. And we have one more here in the middle. Okay, so then when the motor turns, oops, this one's not on the trunk. There we go. So yeah, the motor will turn. They turn quite a bit, which they need to so they don't get stuck in the eggs. So we'll go ahead and put the lid on. And I'll show you what the top part looks like, and that's this here. Go ahead and move that down, hopefully, and do this with one hand. Also, this one has the heating coils there. That's what keeps it nice and warm. And then it also has a fan in the middle to keep the air circulated. They do make still air incubators, but I don't really care for those too much. They don't circulate the air and it just becomes dry and not very good for the chicks. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get this down. There we go. And like I was saying, here's the motor in the back that's gonna turn the eggs. I don't have it plugged in yet, but it does come with the power cord. It comes with the hose that you can hook up to any container that you fill with water. And the humidity control is actually connected here. You just connect the hose to there to your container. It sucks in the water as it needs. And then it pours it back down into the cage to keep the humidity up. To manually control it a little bit more, there is a little turner here that will allow less or more airflow in there so the water can come out, the evaporated water. But that's it. That will do, I believe it was 56 chicken eggs with the standard rollers, or with these rollers that we ordered separate, it will do 96 quail eggs. And we do have 96 of those coming, or 90 coming tomorrow or Wednesday. So as soon as we get those in, I will go over the setup process with that. But for now, I'm going to turn this on, make sure everything works, so it's good to go for tomorrow. Alrighty guys, I will see you later.